And he's not a good position. A big
wow, that's huge. And he's kept hold. He's going for a second.
He's just rolled Fisherman. It's time for the Good Doctor, the gracious Oracle, the King of the North, the evolution of evolution.
Are you okay there?
I'm fine.
Do you need a moment?
Look, bottom line is, I like greatness, and greatness doesn't come much more impressive than the Good Doctor himself. And of course, I've had the privilege, the absolute honour of watching this man dominate the British independence scene. And now he's back in the Kingdom of Mercia to make an example of an opponent who admittedly has a lot of fight of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the gracious Oracle, the King of the North, the evolution of evolution. I can barely contain myself. It is palpable. It is palpable, I
hadn't noticed.
Are you sure? I don't feel like I've got him over enough at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot express to you how spectacular this individual is. And this is him making his debut here at Colosseum.
Look at entrance. Wow.
Look at this. Look at him on display. The gracious Oracle, Leonardo Darwin. What a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much. Of course, sir, of course. I absolutely will. Thank you. Absolutely. Here, you watch your mouth when the gracious Oracle is in your presence, Troy Grant. Look at this man.
I think you've made a friend there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I make friends everywhere I go. What can I say?
What's his doctorate in?
It doesn't matter. I mean, he's got a, you know what? He's got a PhD in everything. That's ultimately how it is. I mean, look at him. Look, jealousy aside, because I can understand you're jealous. Just look at the man. By the way, rocking the wolf haircut. That's not a mullet. That's a wolf cut. What an absolute specimen! My God, from the Kingdom of Mercy.
How are you doing? Well, good afternoon, Norwood. I come from Park Langley. It's so ironic because it's so near, yet so far. Everyone here, I think it's fair to say, is probably struggling financially, right? No. Because you live in Norwood. Let's be honest, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Most of you are degenerates. What did you say, kid?
We don't get Chacha.
Oh, really? Should I what? Hello? What's your name? I want to talk to you. Hold on. What's your name? No one cares, kid. Get used to a life of no one caring about anything you say or do. People like me invest in artificial intelligence to ensure little brats like you don't have a future. Why are the rest of you clapping that? Because it's me that is a high bracket taxpayer to ensure that adults in the room get universal basic income. Little piggy boy, listen to me. At first, there was, shut up, kid. At first, there was Julius Caesar. Then there was Marcus Aurelius. Then there was Nero. And you are privileged to see today for the very first time the new emperor of the Colosseum, Leonardo Darwin. Now bring up my jabroni opponent.
Nobody cares about our scrub Hercules, and now Paul Francesca. I mean, yeah, you would. Do you know what? I like Francesca a lot. Beautiful young lady, very talented. But
you like the Doctor more.
Oh, of course. You have to respect a man. And how gracious to come out here and even give that young brat some time. And speaking of Oli Peace, to be fair, a very astute, a very technically sound, professional wrestler.
I'm with him. I like him.
I see how this is. I see where we're going here. That's fine.
There's no bias on my part.
You don't like money too much if you support this man. I mean, you know what? All jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, all cost aside, there is a reason that Oli Peace has been in our business for as long as he has. There is a reason that he is as good as he is and has maintained his mileage in our business, and that's because he is extraordinarily talented. If you want a good hand in professional wrestling, look no further than Oli Peace. Did you see that? Did you actually see that?
I did
Kyle
see
Williams,
that.
our referee, had the nerve to touch the posterior of the gracious one. Or have to, you know what? It's bad enough having poor breeding, the upbringing of these little rats in this arena, but yeah, Leonardo Darwin obviously gracious enough to give Oli Peace more of the ring, as you can see.
You need to get a hold of yourself. It's peace and love here. It's peace and love. This is what Oli's all about.
Do you know what? Woodstock was back in the 70s, pal. Get over it. The bottom line is, I mean, Leonardo Darwin has asked me to be unbiased, and of course, that's what I'm doing as the finest and most unbiased journalist in all of professional wrestling. Aaron Nix, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Coliseum. And of course, Oli Peace is a fantastic professional wrestler. We have to give him a lot of credit. And I tell you what, Darwin is very, very infused by the, shall we say, the delinquents of Norwood.
How much is he paying you?
He doesn't have to pay me at the end of the day, although, of course, Dr. Darwin and me have spent many hours in the car discussing economical tribulations in this life, and of course, look at that. So of course he's pulling his hair. He's jealous of the wolf cut, and now Oli Peace looking for. This is what Oli Peace will do well: take the risk of control. But oh my God, can we just talk about the athleticism there, the kip up? You haven't seen that yet this evening, you know why? Because nobody can do it like the Good Doctor. Oli Peace now. Did you hear that? I think he gave up.
Did he?
Apparently so.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear that.
Do you know what? Credit where it's due. Oli Peace, incredibly
Look at
athletic.
that. Look at that.
Beautiful trap northern lights here. And
if you've not seen Oli Peace before, you are in for a treat.
yeah, one thing I will say, ladies and gentlemen, Oli Peace is one of those guys. It doesn't matter how much he wrestles, he never seems to be on the radar as much as he should be. I think that's fair to say. And I think Oli Peace deserves a massive showcase, and what bigger showcase than arguably the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived. The Good Doctor, the Gracious Oracle, the King of the North, which is apparently where you come from. Well, you're Midlands, aren't you?
Middle-earth.
I can't give too much to Middle-earth because ultimately I'm from Middle-earth too. Shout out to my boys at Lincoln, obviously. But there we go, Oli Peace. Oli Peace are going to quicken the pace. We'll rename Oli Peace
lovely hip toss.
Beautiful, beautiful hip toss. And I can't help but feel like the energy is picked up from you, Troy, here. And look at that.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful monkey flip out
Here
the
we
corner.
go.
And
Here we go.
He's got the Good Doctor rolling right now, and I'm sure it's just posturing, but a nice back elbow. And here's where Oli Peace gets to go to work. And
Lovely.
Beautiful snapmare takeover.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. The blockbuster indeed.
I don't think his wolf cut's helping him much now, is it?
I'll tell you what, I mean, it's one thing I can't chastise you for, Troy Grant, is your glorious mane. Like, you are a beautiful man, it has to be said. Do you know what? There's peace and love here. I love Troy. He's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Leonardo Darwin. Now that is, I mean, it's not Nadia Sapphire, but it's pretty damn close.
Where's he
It has
going?
to be said.
He's going for a walk. He's going for a run.
He's getting his cardio in. We were talking about CrossFit earlier. Very smart. This is the thing with Leonardo Darwin. Look at that. He was looking to try and lower the ropes, I think, to help Oli Peace into the ring. But did you see that textbook enziguri?
I know what I saw on the rope.
Leonardo Darwin, deep cover there now again. Do you know what? We're talking about heart, fight and resilience a lot tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
And Oli Peace is somebody, again, who has that in spades. I'll tell you what, Coliseum has some of the most literal and visceral fighters in that textbook suplex from the Good Doctor. Let's not forget as well, Leonardo Darwin trained at the Lance Storm Academy.
Wow.
And also trained by Brian Kendrick in California on his travels. Darwin has spent an extraordinary amount of time investing in himself. Of course, he invests in stocks and shares, very astute man, another doctor, I'm sure, of economics. But the bottom line is that he has invested time in how to wrestle. Did you see that? There's nothing fancy about that. A thrust kick to the side. Ain't no peace and love in your temple right now, is there?
Yeah, no, there isn't. And certainly not with that cover either, across the face.
Do you know what? It has to be said, I have questioned whether Carl Williams can count to 3 on many an occasion.
He's more than capable of counting to 3.
Oh,
it's fine.
Well, he can do it now, can't he? I've noticed. See, Darwin understands the rules. he's gracious, you know. He's just extending Oli Peace the opportunity to spend more time in the corner and relax. That's what he should be doing. And oh, look at the athleticism! Springboard to the top rope and the crossbody. Whether you love him or you hate him, you cannot deny athleticism at that level.
I mean, I can't fault that. That was beautiful. That was really nice to see.
Do a springboard up to the top rope, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it a moment. Give it a moment.
To be fair, I will say this: Oli Peace more than capable of matching Leonardo Darwin athleticism. Look at those kicks! Wow, just burying those in. Do you know what? He's not pulling his kicks. He's not pulling his punches.
No, absolutely
not. You
not.
only get one chance to make a first impression in this business, and Dr. Leonardo Darwin is doing that right now at the expense of Oli Peace. And I'll tell you what, let's be real, let's be unbiased here. Have you seen a debut that's been as impactful as this so far in Coliseum?
There's still time. There's still time.
There is still time, but oh my God,
the
the
drop kick.
pendulum drop kick, textbook. Dr. Darwin, and just a 2 count, and dare I say, Leonardo Darwin beginning to feel a little bit frustrated, maybe. But he is still in full control.
He is in full control.
He is.
You can't sweat the technique. I mean, he's impressive. I'll give him that.
But ultimately, as we said many times, you have to protect your neck, and that is something that Oli Peace is going to have to do. And now he's looking to build some momentum, but Darwin counters like, wow, you see that? Came in with a drop kick and
hip up.
Yeah,
nice.
Beautiful enziguri. And this is what Oli Peace has to do. Has to quicken the pace. He has to use his athleticism.
Yep.
Darwin is a more methodical, more cerebral style wrestler. Now Oli Peace building up some momentum, running up.
Here we go. Beautiful elbow drop.
A peaceful elbow of sorts there from Oli Peace, has to be said. Very, very nice.
He needs to keep on him here, though.
Yeah, he's spending a lot of time posturing. And of course, Leonardo Darwin will do nothing of the sort himself. And
why do people lie?
I have no idea.
Right.
Me, I just speak the truth. That's why I upset so many people on my podcast, but that's another story, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, our boy Troy Grant here has a wonderful podcast of his own. I highly recommend you check that out. But, see, there you go. Taking a little bit too long, posturing to the poor breeding of this audience, and now he finds himself collared on the top rope. And now the Dr. Darwin experience is about to take full flight with a superplex, and that is not a good position. A big
wow,
that's
huge. And he's kept on.
Oh
he's going for a second.
And he's just rolled Fisherman suplex by Darwin, and credit to Oli Peace being able to get out from that. I am certainly not kicking out for now. Have you seen the look on the faces of people here? They are astounded by that.
Yeah, people are in shock here. I think he's surprising some people.
I warned you, and oh my
big
God,
spear! Wow!
Oh my Lord, and I tell you what.
There was some feet on the ropes there. The
Oli Peace
referee's
was trying to get his foot on the ropes, I appreciate that, but he wasn't able to, and of course Darwin did cover, but it just wasn't quite enough, and of course the rules are very important here, and I'm sure Leonardo Darwin at no point would even dream of bending the rules, and oh my God, that's an exposed turnbuckle
there.
It is an exposed turnbuckle, I'm not sure.
Referee needs to check that.
Beautiful. Williams needs to do better, and a beautiful inverted suplex there, rolling through, and look.
Wow!
Moonsault. He literally, hang time, baby.
He was up there for an age.
Man, that was Jimmy Butler-esque hang time there, and I appreciate some of that as a Miami Heat boy myself. Oli Peace was in the rafters.
He is firing up.
I think he's ready to go. I think he's ready to pull the trigger, and he's looking to piece
out. The cutter.
Oh no, the momentum took him right outside. You know what? That is ring awareness right there. He's rolled all the way out, knowing that Oli Peace cannot get the pinfall.
That's smart. You can't fault that. And he can
you don't get to be a doctorate if you're an idiot, do you? Let's be real. What's your doctorate in, Mr. Grant?
Cinematography. Cinematography.
We'll go with that. That's good.
Yeah.
Mine's a GMVQ, but that's neither here nor there.
They all count.
They all count indeed. You've got to start somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. And Oli Peace is looking to finish. And oh my God, do you see that? Moonsault landing on his feet. And oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the distraction.
You know what? Carl Williams needs to pay more attention. And obviously, Leonardo Darwin with a stiff kick in the solar plexus. And the future endeavor has been struck. And Leonardo Darwin picks up the win in his debut here at Coliseum. What a performance.
I see what he's done there.
How do you like those plums? Because they just got crushed at the hands of the Good Doctor. An astonishing feat of athleticism and a beautiful future endeavor. The Emperor, Leonardo Darwin.
Doctor and an Emperor now.
Et tu, Troy Grant, et tu. The bright lights shine brightest on the winners here at Coliseum. And I will say this, Oli Peace with an absolutely magnificent effort, but it was not enough.
Leonardo, big win tonight against Oli Peace. How are you feeling after your win?
Big win.
Big win.
Speaking of a big win, conversely, let's talk about a big loser. Why are you interviewing me? You've not even done up your top button. You haven't even got a pocket square that matches the tie. Let's not even talk about the socks. Let's try that again, you little jabroni. What did you want to know?
Well, it was a big win against Oli Peace.
Did you expect anything else?
No, sir.
Exactly.
No, sir.
It was pretty definitive, wasn't it? If I do say so myself.
Yes. So with that win, momentum is, as they say, on your side.
Of course.
What are your plans for Coliseum Wrestling?
Oh, I'm glad that you specified Coliseum Wrestling, not in general, because I did specify during my match anyone that was in attendance, that was single, that was female, that was under the age of 30, that had a dress size of 8 or below, that had an athletic physique, had my consent to meet me after the show. That's what I'll be doing directly after now. As it relates to Coliseum specifically, well, I think you heard me say, I consider myself to be the new emperor of the Coliseum. So it's a matter of time before I take this entire company over.
Absolutely. Well, how are you intending to take it over?
By being me, my pedigree chum. Look at me. You don't need to know who I am to know I'm a somebody. Would you not disagree with that?
You're definitely somebody.
Absolutely, you're damn right I'm a somebody. I'm somebody that's going to take over Coliseum Wrestling, and that's all I've got to say right now, because you're currently preventing me potentially from meeting some hot so I will bid you adieu, sir. You take care of yourself. What's up, by the way? Oh my God. Where the... did I find him?